Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about why I moved to Brantford, Ontario. For those who don't know me, my name is Fatma.Salama and I'm a local realtor here in the Brantford, Hamilton and surrounding area. I actually moved to Brantford back in September of 2020, which was just a couple of days after I got married. As we were taking the next steps into our relationship, we were debating, do we have a big fancy wedding or do we buy our first home? As you can see from the title of this video, we went with buying our first home. And the reason being was actually just multiple factors. Even though having a big wedding is kind of a dream for every girl, I actually always dreamt of having a small backyard style wedding. And I didn't own my home at the time, but we still opted for a very small intimate wedding right in my mom's living room. Whereas getting our first home and investing all that money into actually getting into the market, it meant stability for us. It meant stability for our future, for starting a family. Both of us moved around so much when we were growing up and we vowed just to not have that happen. And so that's also another big factor of why we decided that buying our first home was just such a better idea than having that big fancy wedding. Were some of our friends mad? Were some of our family mad? Yes, they were, but we also had COVID, so that was kind of a savior, you can say, because even if we did want to opt in for that big wedding, we just literally couldn't because of the restrictions. And it's good to just throw it right back to COVID and not actually have people be personally upset with us. After we made the decision that we will be opting in for buying our first home, it kind of came down to actually seeing how much can we afford. When we got that number back, it was actually just around $450,000 for our pre-approval. And at that time, we were renting in Mississauga. And for those of you that know and are familiar with the Mississauga, Toronto, Etobicoke area, you would just know that for $450,000, we were not going to get a whole lot of home if we were to get anything. And so we just kind of had to sit down. We had to wake up and actually see what was the best decision for us as a family. At that point, kind of our budget, we knew that we could afford properties out in Hamilton and Brantford. And so we had those two cities to kind of decide between. Even between Hamilton and Brantford, we ultimately just went for Brantford because we could get a lot more home for our dollar. We were able to get a townhome with 4 bedrooms, a backyard, a 3-car driveway plus a garage. I mean, you just couldn't get that kind of home anywhere else for that price. And although Brantford may seem far and isolated, it's actually such an amazing little city. It's got so much history, and right where we live, we're so close to everything. We're close to grocery stores, we're close to the mall, we're minutes away from the 403, so even if we did need to go over to the city, we're just right by the highway. I work actually mostly in Hamilton, so it's just about a 30-minute drive for me. And it's super convenient. We've got beautiful trails and a beautiful conservation area. There's even a nightlife here. We haven't experienced it yet, so I can't comment too much about it because of COVID, but I'm sure we'll be getting out and about now that everything is lifting. If you guys are thinking about relocating to the Hamilton or Brantford area, please feel free to reach out to me to ask me any questions. I would love to help you. Thank you again for watching my video and see you on the next one.